Hi everyone, I'm Annemieke van Repingen, head and founder of Kivik Horse Assisted Coaching. Today I want to talk to you about leadership. That's my favorite subject. Why is it my favorite subject? Because it is important to all of us. We all want to lead our own lives. We all want to lead a life that is meaningful and that makes sense to us personally. So we want to be the leaders in our own lives. Some of us lead a business. We want our businesses to be successful. For that to happen, we need to be successful leaders. Some of us lead others. And we want to be acknowledged and respected in our leadership role. Let me start with a little story about myself. I always had an issue with authority and dominance. I had a big problem if people started to order me around. At school, I was the rebel without a cause. I got into trouble with a lot of teachers, especially if they had an authoritarian attitude. I would get into battles with them, I would be sent out of the classes, I would have to write a lot of notes as a punishment. Even just putting my finger in the air to answer a question or to ask one was too much to ask. I would either just say out loud what I had to say, or I would shut up. Later, as I started working, things started to go wrong as soon as someone ordered me around that, in my opinion, didn't have the skills or knowledge to do so. I felt resistance, and the rebel in me would start to roar up its ugly head. It wouldn't take long before I either got fired or I quit it myself. Leadership had a pretty nasty connotation for me. If leadership meant dominance, if leadership meant bossing people around without any consideration for their needs, for their feelings, I didn't want to be a leader. And I sure as hell didn't want any leader around me. So what I ended up doing was I created a working environment where I had no bosses. I became a general physician. Now that went well until a couple of years ago, where I decided to start my own business, Kivik Horse Assisted Coaching, because I wanted to put out into the world what I was passionate about. But there was one thing I didn't take into account. I had put myself in front of a huge challenge. If I wanted to lead my own business, if I wanted to lead workshops, if I wanted to work with the horses, if I wanted to lead my own life, I had only one horrible option. I had to become a leader. Now, the same negative connotation was present in a lot of my clients. Laura, for example, she just couldn't cope with the idea of being a leader. So she kept on doing jobs that were way beneath her capacity. She grew up with a dominant father who didn't leave her much room to be who she wanted to be. So how could she become or even learn about what she hated so much, about what had made her suffer so much? Is any of this recognizable to you? Then keep on listening, because in a few moments I will tell you how Laura and I got out of our dilemma. But before I do so, I want to talk to you about the new model of business we are all working in today. We came from a hierarchic, bureaucratic model of business to a communication-oriented business, where highly specialized people work in exchangeable teams. Now, this new model of business demands a new kind of leadership. In this new model, it can't be about having the best skills, because we are dealing with highly specialized employees. It can't be about knowing things the best either, for the same reason. So what is it about?